Well, a very warm welcome to the St Nick's Talks financial update. I'm here with Greg Brisk, our treasurer. Thank you so much for your gospel partnership in many, many different ways, not least in this area of financial giving. Before we hear from Greg and have an update, I thought it'd be helpful just to begin with a word on why it is we talk about giving. Writing to the Corinthians, a church well known for their many spiritual graces, the Apostle Paul says in 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 6, "Accordingly, we urged Titus that as he had started, so he should complete among you this act of grace." Well, that is why Paul encouraged giving. Giving is a gift which cost Christ everything. You'll know that the talks here belong to a wider movement of initiatives seeking to get the gospel out into the city. And I'm going to hand over now to Greg, who's going to speak about the bigger picture and remind us of a few principles to remember as we consider this area of giving, before then speaking about the local situation here. Over to you, Greg.
Well, hello. As Tom has mentioned, I am treasurer of the St Nicholas Cole Abbey Centre for Workplace Ministries, comprising our 4 lunchtime talks and working closely with Jeremy as treasurer of the Sunday congregation. Wonderfully, while some of those lunchtime talks are very long established, we are boldly reaching out and expanding with the gospel across the city, and the Victoria talks, our very newest of these, is getting underway now. 2020 was clearly a challenging year in many ways, but it also served to remind us of the critical importance of sharing God's word here in the city. Thank you for your continued generosity, without which this work would simply not be possible. Before I go on, let me make 2 really important points. If you are new to us and still exploring the Christian faith, this appeal is not directed to you. We are simply delighted to have you with us. Secondly, if because of COVID or for other reasons, you are facing financial difficulties of your own or have committed your charitable giving to your home church, again, please feel no pressure to overstretch or to redirect that support. For the rest of us, may I simply ask that we each prayerfully consider what the Lord has entrusted to us and whether there may be some scope within that provision to contribute further to the support of these ministries. One-off additional gifts to enable us to close our funding gap will stave off the need for the ministry team to scale back their precious works. Better still, a commitment to year-over-year giving would reinstate a level of security that will allow the ministry team to continue to plan boldly for the future, for the benefit of the many lost souls in the city, and for the glory of God our Father.
Well, Greg, thank you so much for giving us a sense of the bigger picture. Perhaps you could now just give us a bit of a sense of the situation at the talks here.
Yeah, the estimate of the deficit here at the St Nick's talks is around £14,000 out of that larger total. I'm most grateful for your time and attention to this important appeal, and I would be very happy to speak to you personally if you would like more information. All our giving details, including how to give tax efficiently, can be found on our website, which together with my personal contact details should be on your screen now.
Greg, thank you very much. And as Greg said, everything you need can be found on our website. All that remains for me to say is a huge thank you for your gospel partnership in so many different ways, not least in this area of finances.